I think he's gone, guys. I think there's just been way too much talk, way too much chatter for months, man. Like, I think he goes to the Warriors. I think he's going to sit down with one of these teams. He's going to say, all right, I'm in. And I think it's going to be the Golden State Warriors.
Looking like a trouble when I walked in the building. That mean I got something expensive. Know my friends, they killing. All these hoes I'm killing.
Hello and welcome to James Carter TV. Kevin Durant headed to the Golden State Warriors, and if you were subscribed to this channel and you watched my video almost a week ago, you heard me say it, and you just heard me say it in the intro. Kevin Durant was always going to go to the Golden State Warriors, and mainly just because of this reason. I mean, guys, you just had to think about this. I don't know why anyone wasn't freaking thinking about this. I'm sorry, but y'all should have seen this coming. How the hell, and I'll do the representation yet again, how the hell is Kevin Durant gonna sit down with Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Steve Kerr, gonna sit down with Danny Ainge and the great Boston Celtics and Tom Brady, gonna sit down with Doc Rivers, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, gonna sit down with, who else did he sit down with? He said, man, who cares? My point is this. He wasn't going to sit down with all these great teams and players and executives and organizations and then say, nah, guys, I'm going back to OKC. It's a team with Russell Westbrook, who is a great player, but a very selfish player from time to time, a guy that holds on to the ball too much. That was never going to happen. I mean, have you ever seen a player go to all these great teams and then say, nah, I'm going back? Like, the only thing that comes close to this was Melo a couple years ago, but Melo just stayed for the money. Melo's a selfish player. Every team here could offer Kevin Durant money, so the money was equal. So when the money's equal and you can sit down with all these great teams, you haven't won a title, you're gonna leave. That's just what's going to happen. So with that said, let's talk about what's gonna come of this. You hate Kevin Durant, I don't. Look, y'all were trying to tell me 6 years ago. First of all, I hated the LeBron decision for a couple of things. Number one, it actually had nothing to do with the fact that he was teaming up with great players. It had to do with the fact that he had to put it on national television on ESPN, and I get that it all went to charity. It's absurd. Honestly, he could show his, what is he going to do next? He's going to show his mansion. He's going to show his nads, his gonads on national television, but it's for charity. Who cares? You don't just go on TV, disgrace a city, and, just say, well, it's okay because it's going to charity. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's like pulling one of these stupid pranks on YouTube, throwing water on people or, splashing people with this and that, getting them dirty, getting them pissed off and saying it's just a prank is going to charity. Like, yeah, but you still did a wrong thing. You were still an asshole. What the hell? I don't care if it's going to charity. You just hurt my feelings, bro. Are you coming back? Eventually, but, still, what the hell, bro? So, I didn't like the decision, In terms of building a giant team or a great team, I didn't care about that. I mean, I wouldn't have done it. I mean, I probably would have gone, actually, at the time, I would have gone to Chicago. I was surprised he didn't go to Chicago to team up with Derrick Rose, but he wanted to stay, or he wanted to go team up with Miami, and that was fine. Because, look, if you're not going to blame LeBron for that, you can't blame Kevin Durant for this. The only difference here is Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade had not already had their team down in Miami. Had they would have been number one or number two in the East. Dwayne Wade had just won a championship 4 years prior with Shaq. You telling me he couldn't get to the first seed in the East with Chris Bosh? I mean, come on. That's absurd. So, of course, the Heat were going to be a great team without LeBron. Now, Bosh and Wade are older, so you cannot use, because I know you're going to try to use, well, now they're not that great, are they? Dude, Wade in his prime, 2010, dude, that guy was great. I mean, that guy was, Wade's going to Hall of Fame, right? I mean, that guy's a great player in his prime. I mean, I think when you look at the 2000s, I think you're talking about Shaq, Kobe, LeBron, and then Wade. I mean, those are the four players ranked in order. Like, literally, that's it. But anyway, so he went to a great team. Kevin Durant goes to a great team. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't. You can be pissed about this. You can complain about this. Why is he taking the sad way out? I don't have any expectations for Kevin Durant. If he wants to win a title, sure. Ultimately, here's what happened. He wanted to get out of OKC. That's my opinion. I think Russell Westbrook and him, they love each other. They're brothers and whatnot. But on the court, he just kind of pisses him off. And I've been in this situation where you're watching a guy that's extremely inefficient from three, jacking up threes, and it gets kind of annoying. It gets under your skin. You see a guy that you think is worse than you taking more shots than you, gets under your skin and not being efficient with those shots. What the hell, dude? Why are you taking all these stupid shots? I'm trying to win this series. We're up 3-1. What the dude? So when you think about all of that, I think he just wanted to leave. And when you then say, okay, he's leaving, right? How the hell are you going to tell this man? How the hell are you going to say to Kevin Durant, okay, so you're leaving, right? Okay. Now, you're allowed to pick this team. No, you can't pick that team. Even though they're the best team for you, even though they cement possibly your top 15, top 10 NBA all-time legacy. They cement it. They absolutely cement your freaking legacy. Because if LeBron James sitting here today, a lot of y'all are telling me he's a top 5 player. Okay. And you know why? Because he went to Miami. So if you're telling me that, you're telling me Kevin Durant has a chance to solidify himself as a top 5 player in the NBA freaking A all time. Because that's what LeBron did. And we had no problem with that. And we currently have no problem putting him in the top 5. And I don't hear anyone saying he kept joining super teams. I'm not putting him in my top 5, top 10. So you're telling Kevin Durant, this is the best team. This team, the Golden State Warriors are the best team for you. You can't go. That's absurd. That's ridiculous. So guess what? That's where he went. Now, they're going to win the title this year. That's my prediction. I think are they going to beat their record? It's going to be pretty tough. Yeah, I'm surprised at how many people are idiots, frankly, and how they say that, oh, who cares? They won 73 games. Dude, that's a lot. That's a lot of freaking games. And I won't predict that they beat that just because it's too tough. I say maybe they win 70-12, maybe 69-13. But when it comes to winning the title, oh yeah. I just don't see how Cleveland can beat this team. They're just too good. They need to find a way to stop Kyrie. But with LeBron being 1 year older, being 32, it's going to take some huge heroics, man. And I don't think he can do it. Even in his prime, I don't think he could do it. And yes, he's not in his prime. He's still great, but he's not in his prime. So, it's just, they're not good enough. Kyrie, LeBron, and Kevin Love, man, they're not good enough to compete against. This is a great team. Guys, this is, you're talking about Kevin Durant being an extreme upgrade over Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes was awful in that finals. Harrison Barnes is very similar to Kevin Durant. When you think about, okay, they have length at the small forward position, offer some positional versatility, a guy that can knock down the three, can knock down the mid-range, and can drive and slam it, right? They're very similar, except Kevin Durant is a lot better. He's a better rebounder. He's a way more efficient scorer, way more volume scorer. But you just really upgraded the Harrison Barnes. You just upgraded threefold from Harrison Barnes. I'm not a big Harrison Barnes fan, and I've been on the record saying that over and over and over again. I won't say it again. So with that said, I think they're going to win this year. But be careful with this. And this is my last thing. This is my cautionary tale. Do not assume that they're going to win 5 titles. Don't assume that, because trust me, it ain't going to happen. Most likely. It's hard to do it in this league because it's too late for Cleveland now. But either Cleveland or basically whatever team LeBron goes to, because I think by next year, he's going to have a counter move. He's going to say, okay, Kevin Durant's going here, guess where I'm going, and he's going to leave Cleveland. But if he stays or whatever team he goes to, they're going to have a counter punch. They already have their move ready to go. Actually, they don't have it ready to go, but they will have it ready to go. And they're going to say, okay, you have Kevin Durant. Guess what we have? Boom. And it's going to be a big team. I'm talking Chris Paul's a free agent next year. Guess where he's going? I'm talking Russell Westbrook is a free agent next year. Guess where he could be going? I'm talking Blake Griffin's a free agent next year. Guess where he could be going? And it's wherever LeBron James is. Wherever LeBron James is next season, teams are going to, someone, wherever he goes, players are going to try to team up to defeat the Warriors. You're going to see two super teams, and it won't last long. It'll last 3 years, and then it'll be done. Because that's the way the NBA works now. These dynasties don't last long. The Heat dynasty, where they went to 4 straight titles, only lasted for 4 years. The Celtics dynasty only lasted for 3, maybe 4 years, being like the big 3. You know, it just doesn't last long. The Pistons, you know, they only lasted for about 3 or 4 years. The great Lakers with Shaq and Kobe, they only lasted about 3-4 years, maybe 5. You know, if you want to count before they're actually winning, you could say 7. But, you know, in terms of them actually winning. So you don't see, you know, even that was a long time ago. I mean, really, that was over 10 years ago. So this whole super team mess will be over. I mean, they're not going to win over 5 years. 5 years from now, it's over. I mean, someone's gone. You know, I think Clay's going to be gone. I think Draymond's going to be gone. And then things will kind of reset a little bit. But the NBA has always been a 2, 3, 4 team league. And it's only that again. You know, I'm still watching because I'm just a big NBA fan. But relax. You know, I mean, this is the way it's been. It's always been this way. Did you think anybody could win this year other than the Cavs, the Warriors, or the Spurs? No. And then this year, who do you think is going to win? Either the Cavs, the Warriors, or the Spurs. So it's literally the same thing. They just got a little better, but I mean, who cares, dog? It's fine. The NBA is fine. You know, honestly, if I was the NBA, I wouldn't love it, but just because I want a little parity, I want to resemble the NFL. I think that's what the NFL does so well, knowing that any given week, a team can beat another team. You know, there's a little bit more parity. But the NBA, they're fine with the way things are, and we're going to watch the finals. We will. It'll be the highest watched finals ever, and, well, maybe not ever. That's a pretty high statement. But at least for the past 15, 20 years, and it's going to be very fun to watch. To me. So, Kevin Durant to the Golden State Warriors, what do you think? Tell me down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.